This just into the news desk. Ed has made a decision. Can you believe it? What did I get? I got the Massey 1723E. Here's a picture of it on the trailer. It just got delivered this afternoon. Nice, shiny, clean. I've so far just driven around the yard a couple of times, moved some wood, a bucket of wood in with it, and that's about it. So then I parked it because it's really cold and windy outside today. Pretty happy with it so far, but just it's got 1.2 hours I think on the engine. So just getting into it now. I did get the turf tires, and I can already tell you in the grass I spun a couple times. So I had to hit the diff lock, and then I even put it in four-wheel drive once. So I knew what I was getting into there. But they did not tear up the grass. Well, except where I spun, obviously it tore up the grass a little bit. That'll come right back in the spring. Um, but so far so good, at least on the decision for the turf tires. So you're probably asking why Massey? Well, it came down to price and features. If I ranked them in order, Bobcat was the cheapest. Massey was floating around in second place, just under Kubota. Actually, the Kioti prices came in pretty high, as did New Holland and Deere. And then I had RK in the spreadsheet, but there are just no Rural King dealers anywhere in this area. I was really only checking them out just as a data point. So the reason I went with the Massey was there were a couple. I mean, they got good reviews. I looked and looked and looked and could not find anybody on the internet knocking them. There's little stuff people nitpick about, but nothing major. Um, I also liked the hydraulic flow specs on the Massey, as well as the lifting capacity on the Massey. But then switching over to the engine was another thing that really set it apart. So the engine specs on the Massey, it's spec'd out at 2600 RPM, which is way under most of the other competitors in this 22 and a half, 23, 21 horsepower range. They're all up in the 3200 RPM range. And I can tell you from bopping around the yard a little bit today, it lifts fine, even at low RPM. Now it was only a bucket of wood, but still, I mean, it lifted pretty well. So so my decision on dealers, every Massey dealer I went to was great. But the decision just came down to I felt a lot more comfortable getting it from mmWeaver. They're kind of a drive away, but one thing that really stood out was they talked about the pre-delivery inspection, and they mentioned a particular hydraulic part, it's some kind of spring that it's not an official Massey service bulletin, but they check it anyway before they deliver it, just so they don't have the tractors coming back in after 10 hours for a small little issue. So that really, to me, that was a big deal that they mentioned that. So there it is. So I'll obviously be doing some videos. I'll pop a video in here at the end of me picking up some wood and or loading up some wood and dropping it on the back porch. But I've got a lot of practice ahead of me to get used to things. So thanks for watching.